recap Raw that was last week, so I'm a week late. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it. In fact, I know we've talked about it, so I know we've all seen it. But I'm going to recap it anyway, because fuck you, I want to do it. I'm not going to Elimination Chamber, because I just can't be arsed, and I didn't really enjoy it, so don't fancy getting myself all depressed about it. So, Raw started with a recap of Elimination Chamber that lasted for about 10 minutes, whatever it was. Since most of, say, 30% of WWE's programming, Raw and SmackDown especially, is of recaps, I think it's only fitting that my video is just a recap of what happened last week, ready for Raw this week. Even though Raw will recap last week anyway, because that's just what they do. But anyway, moving on, swiftly. Alexa Bliss started with a promo. For some reason, she had Mickey James as a buddy, as a pal, as a friend, that came down and helped her out with a promo. It didn't really say a lot. So, I mean, it was about a month ago, Alexa Bliss was calling Mickey old. Then fucking getting her a walking frame and all that shit. And now the best pals, for some reason, because they've stopped each other getting beaten up. But it just continues a trend of women need friends. That's, I mean, they're just, I don't mind women wrestlers at all. Like, if all I want to see is good wrestling and a good wrestling show. If women could put on a good show, why just give them more than one segment? You've not got to chuck every woman into the same segment. You just haven't. That's just what they do, though. It pisses me off. But back to the promo. I forget what she said. I've got notes here, but it's very vague. So she ranted about Asuka. For some reason now she's not terrified of her, and she's pretty much been shit scared of Asuka for the past however long I can remember. And now she's not worried about her, so there you go, there is that. Maybe the Elimination Chamber gave her a bit of confidence she didn't have before. You never know. God, my writing's fucking terrible. Oh yeah, Nia Jax comes down and starts. That's it. That's what I remember. Bliss is railing on Asuka, complaining about it, blah blah blah, and Asuka comes down. She storms down to the ring, doesn't do none of the dancing. She storms down to the ring, right? Alexa's slagging her off. She storms down. Asuka storms down to the ring, gets in the ring, and she just stands there and lets Alexa, shout abuse at her for 5 more minutes before she does anything about it. I never understand that. If you're going to storm down to the ring, then just go for them. I mean, the week before, we all know that Asuka shouldn't be allowed on the fucking microphone. Unless she's going to say that nobody's ready for Asuka. Oh, and they did the Asuka voicing, but decided against it. The only thing she's have to say on the mic is that no one's ready for Asuka, because that promo the other week was fucking dreadful. And then Nia Jax comes down. I fucking despise Nia Jax, but I won't get into that. And then beat up on Asuka, and then for some ungodly known reason, there was literally no reason for this, Bayley and Sasha come down and save Asuka for no reason. There's not really a reason behind it, because there just isn't a reason at all. There really isn't. It's for some reason being presumed that Asuka's facing Alexa Bliss, but at no point has she announced this. Part of me thinks that it might be some kind of swerve for SmackDown, because what I could think of at the minute, SmackDown have got fucking nothing going on for the women. Not that anyone really has, because women's evolution is really just at the minute boiling down to 6 women tags and giving them a first time match. That's all it is really at the minute. The women's evolution. I mean, the last decent women's rivalry was Sasha and Charlotte, and that was fucking knows what, it was a little while. It was a while ago, put it that way. And then 1-on-1 they've done nothing since. The only thing I can remember is Bayley and Bliss, that Extreme Rules pole dancing kendo match, whatever it was, that was just fucking nonsense. And that Here's Your Life segment, which was also fucking nonsense. So they've done shit, and they just chucked the women in 6 women matches because they won't give them more than one segment. For fucking God knows what reason. But no, the match was, I don't really remember it, to be fair, so what more needs to be said. It was probably okay. maybe fine. That's my rant about the women. I mean, the match was alright from what I can remember, but like I said, you just don't give them anything to do. Just don't give them anything. We'll give them the first. I mean, the Hell in a Cell was great because that was in like that was in a mega heated rivalry. I was fine with that being in the Hell in a Cell. It made total sense to me. And you don't really need a story for the Women's Royal Rumble, really. Because it's a Women's Royal Rumble. It's a Royal Rumble. And the story was you get, your number one contender, you get a match at Mania. And then just chuck them in an Elimination Chamber match, or, when men have got one, now give one to the women. Just bomb for me. But never mind. The John Cena promo is just fucking bollocks. Is obsessed with not on the road to WrestleMania. Right? At this point in this, because I'm going to go over this from the start to the end of the show. So at this point, we've not seen The Miz. And The Miz hasn't got an official number one contender, right? So if you're John Cena, your logic points to, obviously Roman's taking on Brock. You can't really jump into that. So logic would take you that, I beat The Miz at WrestleMania last year. No, I beat him again this year for the RC title. That seems perfect logic to me. Because at this point, John Cena's in the same boat as Seth Rollins, Elias, Braun, Finn Balor. They're all pretty good. They've got nothing to do. They've got not really many stories at the minute. So he's in the same boat as all those guys, but none of them are coming out fucking complaining they're not got a road to WrestleMania. But Cena is, so fuck him. And at the end of the promo, he says, "There's nothing for me here, despite the fact I've just mentioned 4 guys who have currently not got a road to WrestleMania, and there's an IC champion who's not got a number one contender." He's like, "Man, fuck this, I'm going to go to SmackDown." So we'll see on SmackDown what he does on there. But whatever, fuck him. And the Wyatt segment, I'm just going to fucking jump past it because it's just fucking bullshit. It's a disappointment that Wyatt and Matt haven't come up with something more entertaining. I don't know why I can't be a bit funny with it. How Bray could be on the more serious side of the nonsense and Matt just taking the piss. But I mean, the promos have been 80% just fucking laughing at each other. And Matt's been fucking over. I mean, his entrance music starts with, "I will delete you," and everything's deleted. It's just overkill for me, and they ain't doing shit with it. I think the song that obsolete song, which I think is Jeff Hardy's song. Truth be told, when I was watching it, I needed a piss. I didn't pause it. I just went for a piss. So I missed some of it. I'm not going to rewatch it because it's ain't fucking worth it. So maybe Jeff's back soon. If Jeff's back, that'll be a bonus because the best combination is Matt doing the promos and Jeff doing the matches because Matt in the ring he looks painful. He looks old. The Miz did the Beast promo as per usual. Boy can talk. Followed by 2 matches, which he lost both of. So, good job burying your champion. And moments ago, we had Cena complained about not on the road to WrestleMania. Why don't you say, "Kurt, hey, Kurt, buddy, pal, chum, friend, I put you in the Hall of Fame, put me in the RC title picture"? But no, never. Anyway, 2 pretty good matches. I mean, Seth put in another great match. Obviously, Miz needs credit because he had 2 pretty good matches as well, Finn and Seth. But for me, the standout is Seth. Seth has been the standout for the past couple of weeks. It just makes me sad knowing that he's been misused for so long. Because the past few weeks, you remembered how good he is. The two most notable things from this segment for me were the fact that both of Seth Rollins' wristbands stayed on, and his 6-star frog splash, which I'm now calling it. So fuck you, RVD. Your 5-star was good, but it's just no 6-star, my friend. And once again, I found it weird how Seth's done his match. He's won. He's a bit exhausted, and then Finn comes down, obnoxiously doing all his whole fucking entrance routine, the fans and the music and the arms up and all that business. And Seth just stands there and just watches him. Like, how can you not be pissed off with him? He's taking your shine away. I mean, you've just pinned the RC champion, and you're just letting some other guy take. Everyone in wrestling at the minute everyone's just too good friends. Just need to start fucking hating each other a little bit. It's like, no, just look at him menacingly. That's all he does. He needs fucking hurt some people some more, so I think. The Roman and Brock were going to go face to face, face with face. And Brock didn't show up. Couldn't be asked or didn't want to. I don't know. At this point, obviously it's a week later, so I've heard a couple of bits here and there about that. It was all scheduled and it was pre-planned, it was scripted. But watching it at the time, I didn't know, and I really enjoyed Roman's promo. To be honest with you, it's better to see when he's got a bit, just the way he delivered it. Slagging off Brock, and things he was saying about Brock not really caring about the business. I mean, a lot of people, including myself included, think that's probably the case. He doesn't give a fuck, because in his past nearly year-long title reign, we've had one really good match and two decent matches that I can recall. One of them, the best one being with AJ. The other two good ones being, I think one was against Joe and one was in a fatal four-way. I forget when they were, but pay-per-views. So of a year-long title, we've had three worthwhile watching matches, and the rest have just been horseshit. Because he doesn't give a fuck. But at the time I was thinking, his contract's obviously up after WrestleMania. I understand that he's used up all his contractually obligated dates. So he really has got WWE by the balls at this point. Because they need, they've been building for this for a fucking year. And if he doesn't want to show up, then what are they going to do to him? Maybe fine him for breach of contract. I don't know how that actually works. I don't know that, but if he decides not to shut it, he could easily threaten, if you sue me or whatever, I'm going to show up for WrestleMania, and I'll just sign for UFC afterwards or whatever, because he doesn't give much of a shit about wrestling or WWE or the company. He just wants to fight, which is fair enough. But you signed this company, you signed to this show, you signed to give us a fucking program. Give us that. But the Roman promo, in the time, it got me hyped for the match. I've always enjoyed Roman. I don't. It's just like everyone. We just spoon fed him and we're fed up of it. We just need to taste something else. But this promo I enjoyed. I must say I'm looking forward to him beating Lesnar and just moving past this whole storyline, really. This year-long build we've had, really building up his spear, building up the F5, the one-shot killer moves. We've had that for, like I said, nearly a year. It'd be nice for it to be over and just have, Roman, maybe when he's champion, have a bit more freedom, like this promo, whether it was scripted or not. Well, like I said, since it's happened, I've read that it was scripted, it was planned, but his delivery was just so much better, so much better. If we can have more of this Roman, then yeah, we can bring one champion. I'm fine with that. And then we had a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles for some fucking strange reason. Cesaro and Sheamus beat Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil at the pay-per-view, and for some reason they get another title match. I'm pretty sure they beat him clean as well. So for some reason they get another title match. It's 2 out of 3 falls, which continues a trend of tag team championship matches being 2 out of 3 falls and the champions retaining with a whitewash. Because the last time this match happened was with Usos, Shelton and Gable, and Uso just fucking tramps them. So The only thing with the tag division now is, I'd imagine Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson versus The Bar. As a side note, I listened to Gallows and Anderson on the Cult Commanders podcast, and they sound fucking awesome. They sound like just funny as shit. We need to see more of that. I mean, there's a lot of swearing, so maybe not exactly a lot of that, but that persona of them, rather than just trying to push the word nerd and calling people nerds. But I think they've got, just give them a bit more mark time, and just that more of that persona that they were showing on that podcast. Just let them be themselves. Well, you could say it for a lot of people, to be fair, but really entertaining. The next thing was Elias. I don't remember this. I remember. Well, I say remember. I'm reading it off the page I'm lying to you. But Elias finally took a shot back at Corey Graves. I forget what he said, but I mean, Corey Graves has slagged Elias and he's singing off since NXT, and this is the first time I recall that Elias has took a shot back at him, which is long overdue. I don't remember this segment, in all honesty. I've just written down Elias and Braun, the two biggest future stars, which they are. So I think they just brawled. There wasn't a match, I don't think. But Braun pinned the Miz at the Chamber. He pinned fucking 5 of the cunts. So why is he not in the RC title picture? I don't know. Why is he picking a fight with poor old Elias? I don't know either. But there you go. And then the last thing was Ronda. Don't like Ronda. Not impressed at all so far. Really am not. A promo, she seems scared. She seems uncomfortable and scared, and just doesn't seem right at all. And yeah, I imagine it's. I mean, if I was sat there talking in a promo in front of 30,000 people, I'd be shitting a brick. But I'm not getting paid millions of pounds to do it, so. Ronda's not doing it for me at all. The fact that once again, like at the Chamber, Steph slapped her and she just stood there, like Steph. They just stood there looking at each other. Like Ronda was really not coming across as a badass at all. She really isn't. Poor old Kurt is suffering from double pneumonia, and I'm really worried about him. Well, I've not had an update from him, so I hope he's okay. The promo ended with Triple H punching Kurt, which I think he should get fined for, because punching a man with double pneumonia is reckless and it's unprofessional, and I've got no time for it. So I hope Kurt's feeling better this week. I'm looking forward to that update, because that's what I'm really worried about. But the promo was, I mean, Steph apologising was entertaining, I suppose, but I'd rather just see Ronda kick the shit out of her. But Steph has been constantly at the top of the pedestal or podium or whatever for I don't know how long. So she's not going to let herself get beaten week in and week out by Ronda. Maybe once at WrestleMania, but it's not going to be a week in and week out thing of Ronda getting the better of her. Still yet to see Ronda wrestle. If I've read how I feel about Ronda, to be honest with you, I want to see her in a match, because promo wise and the way she's carrying herself, doesn't look like a badass. Yeah, I know legitimate MMA, but I don't give a shit about that. I mean, it's fucking wrestling. It's not UFC. It's not fighting. I don't know what people don't understand about that. I don't care about who's legitimate and who's not legitimate. I don't give a fucking monkeys, in all honesty. It's two different kettle of fish. Really, it really is. And who's the better fighter? I don't watch wrestling to watch fighting. Put it that way. I watch wrestling to watch wrestling. I'll put it that way. So I think next time I do one of these, I'll have to do it closer to actually watching it. So like I'm a week removed from watching this, so a lot of it's fuzzy and a lot of it's about what I didn't like. Because I'm pretty sure when I watched it, I enjoyed it. I thought to myself that wasn't a bad Raw. But then when I recap, it wasn't particularly good. I think I'm done. I'm thinking about it. I'm flicking through my notes. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. Goodbye.